So today it has happened. Bitcoin has hit its lowest point since, let me look at the chart here, since September was like it was 125,000 or something, around 120k or so, 125 at the very peak, and it has dropped. It has dropped slowly but surely in these big like dives. It went down to 80, around 86k, 90, 80k in November, and then it kind of grinded up till January, and then boom, the floor dropped, and it dropped down to like 60k or so, close to the 200 weekly simple moving average, which is basically an average line that kind of tells you it's usually the support for the bear market support. Historically, it's sort of the lowest point has been around there. So people have been using that to measure when a good time to buy is, because if you look at the previous like waves on the chart or cycles, you can see that that graph line corresponds with the low points. So yeah, now we've finally reached 62,000, about 63,000, which is our opportunity, my friends. If history repeats itself, as it often, as this one of my favorite analysts, one of the best analysts I've been listening to, Benjamin Cowan, as he likes to so famously quote, history does not always repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And historically, if you bought Bitcoin when this line is hit or around that area, you did really well. So this is your cue. If you're interested in accumulating something that has a very strong potential upside and good data to back it, this is your cue. So I actually had some prior, and what I did was I had still been holding on to it throughout this big drop, and around 80k or so, like 70 or 80k, I saw the opportunity and I followed Benjamin's advice that we're probably going to get another leg lower, and I sold a little bit to have on hold to reallocate as soon as things went down so I could make a bigger profit. And now's the time. So I started DCAing, dollar cost averaging, back in as it keeps dropping lower. And one really good rule of thumb, if you're new to this, from what I've learned, is when you're buying, it's good to buy, usually it's good to buy little bits at a time, right? Dollar cost average slowly. But when you hit a really deep low like this, or you hit a really big peak, let's say at the top, like when it was 120, and you have this feeling that, oh, this seems like a top or this seems like a bottom, you want to accumulate faster. So you don't want to like do little tiny bit amounts. Whatever you have, you sort of split it into 3 or 4 portions, and you just chunks in every time it drops a bit more, because you're within your range. You're like, okay, 62k, whatever, 65 to 50, 5k, let's say, that's my range of buying. So from there, each time it dips, you put another, portion of your allocation in. That's why it's good to have some capital during these moments. You want to be holding on to your money, so some dollars, right? For when these moments happen, you have something. So you have some dry powder to put in. So, yeah. I've been waiting for a while for this moment. Exciting. In other really interesting news, I don't know if this is a good idea to talk about in this video, but I've been an advocate of Cardano for a very long time. A big fan of Cardano, and I've used the platform and used all their apps, got into the artwork and the non-fungible tokens, all that stuff, right? And yeah, they're going through a lot of crazy like government difficulties right now with people fighting about what's right and what's wrong, and I honestly think that things are fine. Like, yeah, they're going through some difficulties, but I think things will be okay. I think the price drop is mainly because everything else has dropped and people are just, you know, crying over spilled milk. Could things be done better? Yes, but humans will be humans. So, you know, government always ends up having corruption. What can we do? Hopefully they figure it out, because I'm a big fan of Cardano and the technology. Blockchain technology in general is such an incredible, powerful technology. I think a lot of people just don't really understand it or look into it. I've always been curious about technology, innovation, and kind of cutting edge stuff. So as soon as I heard about it, I was very intrigued, very impressed, and I've enjoyed using the tools and things that are available, and I can't wait for the future and see like the benefits. I mean, this is life-changing technology. Most people don't really understand at all, but it has the possibility of changing the very way that human beings interact with one another financially, kind of adding a layer of trust to the system, adding layers of privacy with Midnight. So yeah, really incredible stuff. Hopefully it doesn't go down in flames. I have faith, just like you need to have faith in your life, with everything. No matter how bad it's going, you gotta sort of believe in the power of goodness and fight for it. Fight for what's right. So, good luck on your journey, and thanks for listening. Have a great one.